Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jimbo, and today we're looking at a new product compared to a product that's been out for over a year. So the first product is the new Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Graphene Infused to the Max Wax. It is a liquid wax infused with graphene, and compared to that, it's the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax. This is not infused with graphene, but as we look at the directions that I'll talk about in the application, there's a lot of similarities in both of these products. It can be applied the same, the wait time to level them is about the same, and they both have quite a few of the same claims. So in this video, we're gonna put them both on the panel, check it out, and then we're actually gonna use some of the maintenance products that both these brands recommend to use as a topper. Both these are kind of positioned as base layers of protection. So we're gonna mess around with it, explore a little bit, find some things that don't work, some things that do work, and a lot more. So all that coming up in this video. So for application, we'll start with the Meguiar's side first because it needs 3 to 5 minutes of cure time. A couple interesting things to note. The Meguiar's talks about the wax does not haze like traditional waxes, where the To The Max wax does haze, and they specifically ask for you to wait for that. So a little bit different. Both can be applied by hand or with a DA. We good? Yeah. Is it moving? Just a little bit. So I will do it by hand. Obviously, by DA is going to go much faster if you have to do a whole car, but for the sake of this video, just one. So a love-hate thing that I have with the Meguiar's one is that what I call disappearing technology. I love it because it makes the wipe off so easy. I hate it because it's very difficult. I always feel like I'm not doing enough. So I'm gonna apply more. It has a tremendous scent, blueberry. It smells phenomenal. Really love the smell of it. For all you that say I'm not a man because of the smell, whatever. I could care less if I'm manly or not. So while I let that set up for 3 to 5 minutes, I should check the time. I'm gonna do the To The Max wax infused with graphene. I realize they're not a direct product for product example, but my theory behind this is they're both liquid waxes, of which I'm not a fan of. Liquid waxes really in general, and I can't get the, does that ever happen where you can't get that stupid tag out of there? So I'm just gonna unscrew it for sake of time and say this is about 3 to 5 drops and rub it in circular motion. So I'm not a fan of liquid waxes. Personally, I don't really see their place. However, since they both kind of boast the same features and attributes for the most part and are applied in the same way, I thought that they made for pretty accurate competition. So unlike the, I'm gonna apply a little bit more there too. Unlike the Meguiar's, the Turtle Wax side does not have that disappearing technology. You can very much see it, and it does ask you to let it haze up. The haze up time, or the cure time before wiping it for the Turtle Wax, is 2 to 3 minutes, so you save a couple minutes there. I have tried both of them waiting way longer than that. The Meguiar's I've let sit for like 40 minutes, totally fine. So that 3 to 5 is just the recommended. But again, you could kind of see the disappearingness of the Meguiar's side. Probably can't see it because there's not much to see, which makes the wipe off very simple. The Turtle Wax side, they want you to use a damp towel for the first wipe off and then follow it up with the dry towel, so there is an added step there. What else was I going to say? If you choose not to do the wet towel, you can, but you're going to be fighting streaking a little bit. So that's one thing that a lot of people bring up is they're streaking. So the Meguiar's side, you're definitely not going to get any streaking because it's very hard to see where you even applied it. The Turtle Wax side, you will get streaking if you don't use that wet towel. So again, giving you options, not trying to be biased, just trying to give you all the information. I would say it's been at least 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and kind of knock down the Meguiar's side. And again, there's just not much to knock down. It's very, very user-friendly in that regard. Very, very simple application. Very, very simple wipe off. Smells good. I think gives good gloss, which is probably the biggest argument for a liquid wax. Again, probably works well if you like that, if you like applying liquid waxes. Also, another reason why I chose both these ones, they both serve or both are positioned as kind of base layer protections that you maintenance. I get confused with the names all the time, but you can maintenance the Meguiar's with the blue bottle stuff, and then this To The Max wax can be maintenanced. Both can be maintenanced with a spray on rinse off product. Here's my damn towel. Spray on rinse off product. Flex wax being the turtle wax one, and then the hybrid ceramic spray wax, I think is the full name, on the Meguiar's side. So again, you want a wet towel to help. It's recommended, but you also want it to help with the streaking. When I applied this 2 days ago, when I applied it, I didn't follow that step, and it made the user experience not as fun. I felt like I was chasing streaks really a lot. So, but with that, it's much easier, super smooth. In fact, both of them are very slick. You'd be hard pressed to find which one is slicker. So that is the application for both the graphene infused To The Max wax and the hybrid ceramic liquid wax. So two kind of things that I want to mess with and try, instead of a what do you call it, gloss meter, I want to try a couple different things, and I'm just kind of experimenting on camera. I want to try to see if we take a piece of tape. Some of you say it's unfair because it's 3M tape, but I want to see if it's like less sticky on either side. This may be totally dumb and not work at all, but I'm trying to think of other additional things. Like, does one stick less? So I'll rub them both in. I guess this isn't really going to translate on camera, but is one like less sticky? Not really. All right, give me your ideas with tape. I know there's something there, I just don't know. The next thing is this window paint, you know, those really annoying, like, oh my gosh, Johnny number 8 is like, was the VIP for the MLB in my like hometown soccer tournament, and all the soccer moms have it written on their window. So what I want to see is like, so that is what I'm kind of looking for. Like, does one disperse the liquid more than the other? Let me do it again. So I would think the wax kind of like makes it not want to stick. So if you have a thicker line, my theory is that a thicker line means that more stuff is going to stick, whereas as it disperses there, I don't know. Again, I'm just experimenting. So my thought is a thick line like that is different. So they're both kind of thick. So again, maybe I have nothing here. The reason why I did it again was I was worried that there wasn't enough ink in the tip of the pen. Okay, so both have failed, kinda, I think. So I'll wipe those off. I'm just trying to think of different things to show instead of just a torture test, but it looks like both my experiments at this point have failed, and I'm going back to the drawing board. All right. So after a week of curing, we have the Meguiar's on the left, turtle wax on the right. That is what the water beading looks like. Now, the liquid wax is definitely more so for people who enjoy the act of applying a wax. They tend to not have as much durability as a spray, which is why I always opt for the spray and not a liquid. But for those of you that want a liquid, or your customers want a liquid, I guess there could be an argument that it adds a little bit more depth of color. I don't know. I would argue against that. You can see it gets off nicely. I would say, no, I didn't get a new blower. I just am using a different blower. I would say the Meguiar's did get off a little bit more quickly than the Turtle Wax side. So lithium hyper cleanse will be the first go at this. So like I was saying, even on the test that we've done with the Meguiar's liquid, I actually think the best product in the Meguiar's hybrid line is actually the quick detailer, the spray detailer. I think it's actually more durable than the blue bottle stuff, and I think it's a lot more durable than this liquid wax. So what you may use Hyper Cleanse for is to remove bugs. You may use it as a bug remover. You may use it as just to get dirt and grime, maybe after a rain, off your car. So it's actually pretty practical. You use that. Not everyone drives their car in a bubble. So you may actually use that. And what both of these boast, both these products that we're looking at boast, is that they could be foundational layers to the spray. So you can use the spray, whether it's the Flex Wax for Turtle Wax or the Blue Bottle Hybrid Ceramics Spray Wax for the Meguiar's. You could use them. Once you have this base layer of a foundation, you can use either one of those as a maintenance spray to these, both of them in a spray and rinse kind of format. Now, if you notice, I know we had to do the wet towel, but just with that initial lithium, both of them kind of took a little bit of a hit. And then when we hit them with a wet towel, not so much. Well, they both definitely took a hit. Even with that, I'm gonna turn the blower down a little bit. You can see both of them actually sticking with water a little bit more. The water kind of sticking on there. It seems like, I think I got some tape residue on my wet towel. All right, so I think, to be honest, just about anything else is gonna kill it, but let's stick it with something that maybe you may really use. So this is the Extreme Solutions Bug Off Concentrate. I'm definitely expecting both of these to, or this one to kill both of these. But what would be interesting is if we took the spray version, because like I talk about a lot, hydrophobics are only part of the situation, right? So just because you lose the hydrophobic properties of a product doesn't necessarily mean that you have no protection on the car. So as we start to see the hydrophobic properties wane, and if they do on this one, what I'll do is I'll go grab the Flex Wax and I'll go grab the hybrid ceramic spray wax, and I'll spray it on both sides and see if that kind of rejuvenates the product. And my water pressure is really good today. I don't know what it is. Okay, so both pretty flat. Could slightly maybe argue that the Turtle Wax is sheeting a little bit faster, but both pretty flat. And that's just with a bug remover. So we're not even talking, you know, a lot of people say, well, when it starts raining, APC. Well, you don't know what kind of crap's on the road. But that's just a bug remover. I guess when you look at it, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but very, very hard to tell. They all look pretty flat. Let's see if after the wet towel, if there's any residue. So you could definitely make an argument that the Turtle Wax is sheeting a little bit faster, but let me grab the Flex Wax and the Blue Bottle stuff. Again, this is kind of why I just don't love liquid waxes. I just don't really see their purpose. So it's wet. I'll saturate the panel. That is the Flex Wax on that side, and the hybrid ceramic on that side. The hybrid ceramic spray wax is going to be a little bit thicker than the Flex Wax. Obviously, you could see the difference that they make on the panel there. And then both of these, according to the label, once you have that, they both can be applied and rubbed in. Obviously you could rub it in now if you wanted to, or once you have that base layer of foundation or a base coat, as they're calling it, with something like a liquid wax, you can maintain it with a spray and rinse off the car. So that's what we're gonna do here, is a spray and rinse. So now that it's trying to simulate, you know, you would rinse the whole car off, spray it around the car, and by the time it would take you to get around the whole car, would probably be about that time. And there you go. It did bring back a lot of the hydrophobic properties on both of them. I wonder if we do it again. So say you went through a rainstorm and you started to notice that you know, you weren't getting that hydrophobic effect like you wanted to. So I'll spray both again. Now, I definitely know the Meguiar's. I'm not sure. I haven't really tested the Flex Wax to see if you don't have any foundational layers of protection on the car. If you just spray it and rinse it, it doesn't really work that way. You have to have that foundational layer down. So as you can see, the more you apply, the more you're going to bring back those hydrophobic properties, which kind of is a testament to both these brands of what they're calling. It's actually even affecting the control panel a little bit. It's pretty funny. So both these companies are saying that you can lay down this foundational layer and then maintain it. And then in my videos, as I've seen, kind of the hydrophobic effects are just the first thing to go of the product. So I would say that both these products are doing their job. The Meguiar's does, I think because it's a little bit thicker of a consistency, it tends to not rinse off as easily, but it definitely doesn't, gosh, there's all those like spray sealants that you spray while the car's wet, but you got to work in direct sunlight or out of direct sunlight and all that. So at least both of these products you can work, as you can see, I've been working in direct sunlight. As we kind of killed the hydrophobic properties, we were able to boost them back with the maintenance sprays that both of the brands say that you can use. And so at least both the brands aren't lying to us about that. I would say though that I don't quite see where the room is for something like a liquid wax, but that's just kind of my opinion. As we So there you have it. There's the torture test. All right, so what do you think about that video? Again, my personal opinion is I really just don't see a place for liquid waxes other than if you really, I think where they do fit is maybe on a classic car or a car that you don't drive every day and you really just kind of want to have a therapy session with your car. But as far as like if you're a professional detailer, I just don't really see where a liquid wax fits. So for me personally, I'm sticking with the spray sealant or some sort of spray protection. It's just much quicker, much easier, much faster, and seems to be more durable. But I could be completely wrong in that, and I could change my mind at some point in time, I guess. So let me know your thoughts, feelings, emotions in the comments below. I guess if you're looking for color depth and warmth feel of the paint, that's another reason to go for liquid. But again, me personally, I just don't see it. But I will say both these products did what the manufacturers claimed. So at least they're not lying to us, which is really the basis of all my videos, to see if the claims on the bottle match the real life claims. So anyway, with that, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.